TV23 KDGL. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, September 14th of 2015. On today's show, I'll be joined by Marieta Hauser. She is the director of the Grant County Chamber of Commerce. We're going to be talking about the Grant County Home Products Dinner that comes up tomorrow night. So, in the meantime, let's take a quick look at some news. Kansas Supreme Court Chief Justice Lawton Nuss made the long trip from Topeka and visited Liberal on Thursday. Now, some have accused the court of stepping beyond its authority when addressing issues like school funding. But Nuss said the role of the Kansas Supreme Court is defined by the Kansas Constitution, and the justices are performing their roles as prescribed by law. Now, the case most prevalent is school funding. Kansas Supreme Court will hear arguments about equalization in November, and in the spring, they will hear arguments about adequate funding. Well, with the help of 2 grants from the Community Foundation, the Manna House in Dodge City will receive a fresh coat of paint and nearly a year's worth of food. The foundation awarded the temporary shelter and food pantry $5,000 for painting the exterior of the house and garage, and $4,000 for purchasing goods from the food bank in Wichita. Now, the shelter was started in 1993 and moved the food pantry from Sacred Heart. The shelter is open to the homeless or those in need of a bed for up to 3 nights. A Michigan woman was taken to the hospital after rolling her sport utility vehicle Saturday near Cimarron. According to the Kansas Highway Patrol, 53-year-old Kelly Love of Lake Odessa, Michigan, was southbound on York Road just south of County Road A in Gray County when the crash occurred about 1:30 p.m. Saturday. Now, Love overcorrected, went off the road to the left, turned right, and then rolled the vehicle a half time before it stopped upside down. She was taken to St. Catherine Hospital in Dodge City. And the Kansas Highway Patrol has released the names of 2 people who were killed as well as those who were injured last Tuesday in a two-vehicle crash in Stevens County. James M. Ford, 56, from Liberal, and Michaela Rascone, 47, from Hugoton, were killed in the accident, which occurred at about 7:49 p.m. Tuesday on Kansas Highway 25 and County Road D, about 3 miles north of the Kansas-Oklahoma state line. Now, according to the Kansas Highway Patrol, Ford was westbound on County Road D in a 1999 Peterbilt tractor-trailer, and Andy M. Borquez, 20, of Hugoton, was northbound on K25 in a 2004 Expedition. After failing to stop at a stop sign in the intersection of K25 and County Road D, Ford's vehicle struck the right front side of Borquez's vehicle. Ford and Rascone, who was a passenger in the Expedition, died on the scene. Borquez and Jason Borquez, a 4-year-old from Hugoton, were taken to the Stevens County Hospital. At its meeting tonight, the Holcomb USD 363 Board of Education will vote for a resolution calling for a $13 million bond issue to help pay for a $14.5 million construction project. The election would be held on November 17th of this year. Now, some of the bonds would go toward a new activity center with a gym, an indoor track, storm shelter, wrestling room, and locker rooms, restrooms, and a concession area. Now, the remaining $1.5 million would come from the district's capital outlay fund. And while the number of registered sex offenders in Garden City is higher than the state average, relative to population, the percentage of offenders for all of Finney County is slightly below the average. As of last week, statistics from the Kansas Bureau of Investigation show there were 89 people on the sex offender registry residing in Finney County. For roughly every 418 residents living in Finney County, there is one registered sex offender. Now, the 2014 Census Bureau estimates that Finney County's population is at 37,184. Now, in comparison, Ford County's population of 34,795 has 68 registered sex offenders, or 1 for every 512 residents. Seward County's population is 23,465 and has 50 registered sex offenders, or 1 for every 469 residents. And much has changed in 100 years at the Kansas State Fair. Carnival rides are different, the wares being peddled are different, even the food is different and crazier. But one thing over the years has stayed largely the same. Each year, and sometimes more than once a fair, fairgoers step into a boat and drift down the darkened tunnels of the Ye Old Mill. No straight state fair trip is complete without a trip through the Ye Old Mill, or just Old Mill as it's sometimes called. But this year is even more special as the ride embarks on a centennial year. Happy 100th birthday to the Old Mill. And that's a look at just some of the stuff that's happening in the news. Stick around. We'll be back with weather after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV 23 with host Chris Jewell. TV 23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
You want to feel connected, at one with your world. Informed, included, and inspired. So no matter where you are, when important things happen, we're here at all hours, in the moment, on every screen in your life. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. We investigate and inform, give back to the community, build the local economy, even save lives. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. And unlike any other news source, we're here, 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 and here. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Something I feel when I'm right here, something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And as we look off to the northeast on the TV 23 tower cam, you can see, maybe a few very high clouds out there, but I tell you what, today is going to be hot, windy, and boring. Let's take a look at the readings here at the station. 79 degrees, relative humidity 51%. Winds are out of the south so far at 13 miles an hour. Barometric pressure holding steady. Looking at the current temps, you can see it's starting to warm up. Look at Perryton already 84, 81 in Medicine Lodge, 86 clear out in Elkhart already. Everybody else pretty much in the 70s. Looking at our current dew points, that's why it's a little dry. You can see everybody is in the 40s and 50s. Even Medicine Lodge at 59 down here. It's a change for them. Our winds are starting to pick up. Everything is pretty much out of the south-southwest except Lamar out of the west. And the winds right now say 21 down in Perryton, 30 in Dodge City. It really is blowing 30 in Dodge City. We do have reports over there. So yeah, it's going to be a windy day. Let's look at our highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport. Yesterday, the high of 94, 101 back in 1953, 56 for the low last night, 36 back in 2014. No rain in the bucket so far. Looking at our forecast today, 98 degrees. The winds out of the south-southwest at 16. Tonight, 67 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds are still going to be out of the south at about 18 miles an hour. Tomorrow, more of the same, 95 degrees for the high. Winds are going to be higher tomorrow, south at 25, and then tomorrow night, 69 for the low. Yep, the winds are going to be hanging around through tomorrow. Looking at the 7-day, summer has made a return all the way up until Friday. We'll drop down to 83, 20% chance of rain on Saturday. Lows are pretty much, except for Friday, are going to be in the 60s. And that's a look at weather. Stick around. We'll be back with markets after this.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV 23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news@kdgltv.com.
This is the place.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
And welcome back to High Plains Today. I am now joined by Marieta Hauser. She is the director of the Grant County Chamber of Commerce. She got a big deal coming up tomorrow night, don't you?
We certainly do. We've been busy.
Grant County Home Products Dinner.
The 53rd annual Grant County Home Products Dinner.
Excuse me. You've been doing this a bunch of times.
You'd think we'd have it all down without any
hiccups.
I'm
pretty sure you have it all down. Tell you what, you brought us a really cool video that we're going to run that kind of gives you the whole thing in a nutshell, and then when we get done with that, we're going to come talk. We're coming back.
All right.
So here it is.
During the 1941 Kansas legislative session in the state capital of Topeka, Representative Will Christian from rural Grant County had been bragging that he could prepare an entire dinner using only food grown and produced in Grant County. By the 1940s, commercial irrigation was widespread in southwest Kansas, making it possible for Representative Christian to make this claim. During the fall of 1941, Representative Christian hosted a dinner in Grant County for 12 of his fellow legislators and the lieutenant governor. Representative Christian's wife Nora prepared this home products dinner in their ranch home in rural Grant County and served the party in their dining room.
Most everything for the dinner was fresh or canned, and a beef was butchered and all prepared by the hands of Nora Christian, my grandmother. Grandma's skills in the kitchen were known throughout the county, and many friends arranged their schedules so they could arrive at the Christian home at mealtime. They knew that there was always enough food prepared and enough room to slide an extra chair in.
My grandparents always had a desire to accept the challenges of the future, although they retained the traditions of the past. Grandpa always said to live life to the fullest and make every day your very best. He loved living in Grant County and said the county's greatest asset was the people, and you can't find people anywhere like the people in Grant County, the very best homegrown.
The dinner became an annual event for the Christians until Representative Christian's retirement from the Kansas legislature. In 1962, the Grant County Chamber and several local citizens revived the dinner, naming it the Grant County Home Products Dinner. The dinner is still a showcase of locally grown products, but it evolved into a dinner to which the public and elected politicians were invited.
It's fun to come out and see so many of my friends in the southwest part of the state. Oftentimes I see them coming to visit me in Topeka, but I think it's important for governors to come out and get a chance to see people in their own backyard.
In September 1963, the first modern dinner was served. Today, the dinner serves approximately 1,500 people every year. In the 50 years the dinner has been served, the menu has remained essentially unchanged. Every year, it takes approximately 800 pounds of beef to supply the main course, along with 4,000 cherry tomatoes, a pickup load or two of sweet corn, 2,000 Milo donuts, 100 pounds of pinto beans, 400 pounds of potatoes, 2,000 whole wheat rolls, 50 squash, 40 pounds of strawberries, and 50 watermelons. The Grant County Chamber is still very involved with the dinner and has an 8-person home products dinner committee that coordinates the event. The committee is a 4-year commitment, allowing committee members to learn the process of putting together the dinner in steps. By the time the food is served, the committee will have coordinated approximately 700 volunteers and 50 clubs to help with everything from picking and shucking sweet corn to setting up chairs and tables. The Home Products Dinner is served every year on the third Tuesday of September. Planning for the dinner begins the November of the preceding year. Over the course of 11 months, the committee picks entertainment for the dinner, chooses a theme and complementing artwork, coordinates with local farmers to grow the products needed for the dinner, and begins to solicit other donations such as plasticware cups and coloring supplies for the young children in attendance. During the week before the dinner, the committee swings into full action, picking tomatoes, squash, and watermelons. The committee then distributes the products to local clubs and schools to be prepared for the dinner. Additionally, the committee is responsible for the cooking of the barbecue beef the night before the event. In addition to the food, the committee is responsible for setting up the local civic center for the dinner. With help from community groups and companies, tables and chairs for 1,500 people are set up and the civic center is decorated. Following the dinner, the committee coordinates the cleanup of the civic center and the kitchen and the return of decorative items. A commemorative button featuring that year's artwork is the admittance ticket. The money raised supports scholarships for the local Grant County youth who have graduated from high school and are attending college. Over the past 15 years, almost $100,000 has been awarded to local high school seniors. Few communities can boast of a project comparable to the magnitude of the annual Home Products Dinner. Although the dinner showcases the crops we grow, what it really shows is the pioneering spirit and the cooperation of the people of Grant County.
And there you go. That's the Home Products Dinner right there.
In a nutshell.
Not really, though, because I got questions now.
All right.
But that's very nice. Okay, the one thing, okay, so let's get the schedule down because this thing starts tomorrow night at
7 o'clock. That's
okay.
when we open the doors to the general public. We will have senior citizens served at about 6:30. We have them come in, sit down, and then we have some of our 4-H clubs, and those kids will come in and serve our senior citizens.
Okay, all right. And you got to have a button to get in.
Got to have a button. I've got mine on. Everybody that comes in, it's $8 for a button. They will be available at the door in line.
Okay.
So it's easy to pick up. They're available today at the chamber office and probably still at maybe the financial institutions in Ulysses.
Okay, and on the button, you have somebody local that paints that, correct?
That's correct. We ask for artists to submit designs. We tell them what the theme is. My committee picks a theme. Then we ask for local artists to submit a design, and the committee chooses from there. Sometimes they ask for a few tweaks on the button and things like that. But we're really proud of it this year. Grant County Treasures is the theme, and she kind of captured the beauty in Southwest Kansas as one of the treasures.
It's got a lovely sunset on there. It's got an oil derrick on there. It's got a windmill.
Livestock.
It's got everything you got.
Exactly.
All right, so now you brought up one of the key things. You have a committee of 8.
That's correct.
Okay, and they come in and they serve for 4 years.
We have 4 men, 4 women. They sign on for a 4-year commitment. That's correct.
Okay. All right, so you come in as a freshman, and you get your workout right away as a freshman?
You do get your workout right away. The men have specific duties. The women have specific duties. The men are soliciting donations, a lot of the beef donors and things like that. And they were the muscle this morning when we were setting up. We had them kind of heading that up. The women, freshman committee woman is in charge of all the decor, and the decor is fabulous. If you come for nothing else, the decor is phenomenal to see.
Okay.
So they're in charge of coming up with the ideas and coming up with the people who come in and set the decor up.
So on your 4 years in the committee, you're going to be busy. Plus, they're the ones that go out and pick all the vegetables and everything for the dinner.
Right. They were out Saturday mornings sweating and swatting flies while they're picking cherry tomatoes and squash and pumpkins and all kinds of things.
Okay. And all of the items on the menu are all raised or produced in Grant County.
Correct.
Okay. And all that food, I mean, the person that does the tomatoes, they say, yes, I will grow tomatoes for you at no charge.
That's right.
I will grow potatoes for you at no charge. I will grow sweet corn at no charge.
That's correct.
And then you go out and you solicit donations for the beef, correct?
That's right. We have quite a number because that's the most expensive item that we have to take care of. And so we do solicit donations for that. And then our local grocer wraps and seasons the roast that will be put in tonight at 5 o'clock.
I was going to say, they start cooking tonight?
They start cooking tonight. And that's one of our, I believe it's the junior man on the committee gets to babysit the beef all night. All night. So he'll pull an all-nighter and be up tomorrow working too.
Okay, we got about 20 seconds left. The other thing is you have a ton of volunteers too, right?
Probably about 700 volunteers.
And that consists
couldn't do
of
without them.
church groups, 4-H groups, youth groups, Boy Scouts, you name it.
You name
in
it,
Ulysses.
they're helping with it. And the youth group that are helping are the ones who will benefit from this $8 button that we hope you buy and come out and see us.
Scholarships.
You bet.
Marieta,
you bet.
Thanks for coming in
Thanks.
today. And I will see you tomorrow because I'm going to go because if I come away hungry.
You want to feel connected, at one with your world. Informed, included, and inspired. So no matter where you are, when important things happen, we're here at all hours, in the moment, on every screen in your life. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. We investigate and inform, give back to the community, build the local economy, even save lives. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. And unlike any other news source, we're here, 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 and here. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
And welcome back. Hey, let's take a look at some of the high school football scores from Friday night. Dodge City beat Wichita Southeast 54-12. Garden City beat Mays 21-7. Liberal over Guyman 30-21. Ulysses in a tight one beat Hugoton 27-21. Holcomb beat Goodland 51-6. Scott City over Colby 35-6. Meade whooped up on Lakin 56-22. Southwestern Heights was at Elkhart. They won 28-14. Sublette beat Loyola 21-6. Cimarron beat Stanton County 49-6. Satana over Gray County 42-0. Moscow lost to Hodgman County 54-0. And Rolla lost to Balco 54-8. Let's take a look at our weather. Hey, it's warming up. It's up to 80 degrees right now. Relative humidity, though, still pretty comfortable at 46. Winds are out of the southwest at 8, and the barometric pressure is holding steady. Let's take a quick look. Summer is back for the rest of the week. Going to start cooling off on Friday, a chance of rain on Saturday. Go out and make it a super day today.
For the latest information from TV 23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. People are people around here. That's how it is. It's so clear. Letting it show. I've been around the world, only to find what I already know. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah. This is the place.
Are you tired of worrying about going over your cell phone data cap? Tired of surprise bills and text messages asking for more money? Stop the insanity. Switch to unlimited nationwide data from United Wireless. Switching is easy. Come in today and see for yourself. For a limited time, get free activation, up to $200 per line bill credit, and save on the latest smartphones. See how much you can save with unlimited nationwide data from United Wireless. See store for details.
kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check